How to overcome the traumas of the enemy in your life, your business, your career. If the enemy throws stones, throw things against you, how do I overcome? For you to be able to destroy, disarm, you must first of all trace the origin of your problem. If you trace the wrong cause, you will fight the wrong battle. The problem of your life, 20% of it is caused by Satan. Just 20. All those problems that you are seeing, 20% is 20%. Majority of them, Satan is not in charge. So we are busy fighting Satan, destroying Satan, doing things. We are focusing on the wrong thing. Is Satan working? Yes, but just only 20%. Is he destroying? Yes, just only 20%. Including the poverty, the scarcity you are seeing around you, is only controlling 20. That means with that 20, you can ignore him. 20%, is it pass or is it failure? That's why you are seeing people that do not even know God, they are succeeding. People that are not praying, they are having the things of life, even while they are living with Satan. To let you know that Satan is insignificant, because there's a law that is in operation. You can operate that law and win. For example, the law of gravity. If you throw something up now, Satan cannot stop that thing from coming down. Am I talking to somebody here? It cannot, because this is the laws of God. For instance, the sowing and reaping. You plant anything, Satan cannot stop it from germinating. You plant the right seed, it will grow. Because there is a law there. I understand that it can manipulate paste and other things to eat up whatever. That's a different game. But sowing and reaping, no, it's a law. Am I talking to somebody here? 50% of your problem in life is inherited. Inherited. So you know the things that you are dealing with. Is inherited. That is why it is so much impossible. I'm not saying, let me say somehow, for someone that is well trained from a wealthy home to become broke, except he's not trained or he was not trained. The same way wealth can be inherited, we pay attention on inheriting wealth. You don't pay attention that the way you inherited wealth, you also inherited liability. Have you not seen that if your mommy toes bent, that your own toes appear like that? Have you not noticed that if your dad was slim or your dad was fat, somehow you look like him in physique? You think you took all those physical things and left spiritual responsibility. Everything was collected. If your daddy was a native doctor, you collected those spirits that work with him. Am I talking to somebody here? You collected it. If your mom was a native doctor, you collected all the demons working with her. All of them, you have inherited them by default. For you now, you became born again. You are telling those demons, I don't want again. They are telling you, where are you sending us now? Where are we going? Who are you giving us to now? Is the reason after you send them out, they will still return. So it's a battle that you must understand that there is a battle already inherited. So you can't lose guard. He said, can't I fight that battle and fight it permanently? You can fight it permanently. But you must understand, even as you have won the battle, you must resist them. You must put a wall between you and them. Let me tell you, you must know the things you don't want that flows in your family, that you must constantly resist in your life. Otherwise, they will build their capital in your life again, and you will replicate exactly the same thing that your daddy replicated. If your daddy died untimely death, watch that place. If your daddy died by accident, watch that place. Shut it down. When you enter that realm, crack that thing. Your mommy was a native. You don't know. When the glory of God comes, shut down that thing. You must understand that. If you don't know this, they can even infiltrate your ministry and miss themselves. You think it's God that is working, but yet you are mixed up. Don't you know that even those things you saw your mommy doing when you were growing up is still inside your brain? How come that it has not left you? If they ask you now, what exactly is those things your mommy used to throw? You know how she threw them. Those things your daddy used to throw, you saw her, you saw him. All those things your daddy was throwing, you saw him as a native doctor. It was all those things I see in your brain. If care is not taken, even when you enter ministry, you will not know when you start doing like your dad. Mixed up with ministry. Whatever you have seen with your eyes, impart your life. Whatever you have heard, impart your spirit. So what are you supposed to do? You must undo it by looking for a different model in life to hook up. You must undo those things you have seen and look for another lineage to attach yourself with the spirit. And that's where it comes by you accepting Jesus Christ. You must have it as a consciousness in your mind that I belong to Jesus and nothing else. Then find somebody to model something different for you. When this image comes, you shift it to this other image. Majority of the things I practice in my own life and family is what Reverend Dr. David Obweli taught me on. There are some things now that you learned from your village that is taking no man anywhere. When you left that village, now you are come to church. Learn how Church of Jesus behave. This is the kingdom that teaches us the ways of righteousness. You see, you are in God now. You still want to be like the villagers. No. We came for Christmas. We must do it. You now carry masquerade. He said, yes. It's on fire now. And you are moving around with it. If you are not even with them, you are throwing something with them. When you are going back home, they will serve you 3 demons. I'll go home with you. See, let me tell you, be careful. As you go back to those your villagers, as you go back to those villages, be careful. If you are not careful, the offer that they practice can catch you without you knowing. That's why you must know how to draw the boundary. Now daddy will start forcing you into the things you don't know you are going. The next thing is that you start despising God. You don't have respect for God. You don't have respect for his person. You won't know it's a subtle act. They are lured you into their lifestyle. You see that your village, make sure you are the one that decide. Otherwise, you will enter that place and they say, hey, you have come now. This is ordinary. And because it's something that we do, they will put kind. They say you must drink the kind. It's after all, put your mouth. You take shot. You don't know when you took the shot. With the cola, not they put, because they say it's tradition, they must eat it. You don't know what was there. You should be the one that is on the offensive side, deciding what happened. That is the way to implement righteousness in your family. Not the family implementing for you, whom God have raised to be a light. Say, my mommy said, my daddy said. Meanwhile, God is raising you now to be a light. When you start violating that thing, the spirits in that family will start coming after you. Because it's the same pattern. If the people have had respect for God, they would have not done it. So if you who knows God start following them, watch out for it. They will visit you. See, what gives Satan rights over people's life is just a hard thing. It just deceives your heart, and that's all. It takes advantage of so many things. Because your ears is deaf to hear. You want to please men and displease God who protects you. That's why David had traveled to village. He came back with a new spirit. And he can't understand what is happening. Everything scatters. You can't put your life together. Because you visited forces now. You can't enter your village anyhow. You can't just go there and be going casual like that. The same place where you know there were defeat. And there are people who their village has no issue. I'm talking about those who knows that there's battle in that place. You can't go there casually. You can't enter there anyhow. Because those demons watch you. They see when you violate the laws of God. You don't see them, but they see you. They know you. It's not every meeting they call you. When you know your family background, you know what is going on. It's not every meeting that they call you that you go. Your daddy cannot be a native doctor, or your mom was a native doctor, and they are calling you a family meeting. They are deciding who is going to carry this of honor, who is going to carry it, who is going to carry it. Say, that is it why you are calling me? He said, hey, say something. I said, you say you're not going. Who is going to carry it now? You are there in the meeting to decide who. Meanwhile, because of whatever, fear will not even allow you to use your mouth to say this, you throw it away. Don't come to your family. You are the one that God have anointed, yet you don't have a say. You don't have the power to say anything. In that your home now, what can you say that will stand? You that is an ambassador, what can you say and it will stand? If you have not won that authority, that impunity, know that there is a battle you are yet to win. God is raising every one of you to become a voice in that your home. You are the one that decides. That is when the government of God can be released. You do that by influencing them. First of all, spiritually. It is prayer. And by stubbornly revoking everything that is anti-God. Let them know who you are from beginning. Can I hear an amen, somebody? So 50% is inherited. What you inherited from your home is still fighting. And you must understand it. When you get back home, list out the things that have worked in that family, one after the other. Which one is playing in my life? Which one? So you know what you are working on. The things you are removing. The things you are removing. The things you are removing. So some of your dad is still alive. You are the first daughter. Your mom is alive. I mean, we're inside their house. One room. One room is for deity. One full room. You are serving God. You think they will allow you to serve that God? Because they are still alive, Satan is even clapping for you. It's now you start dealing with that issue. Because your daddy is still holding on for. Once your daddy and he leaves, the demon finds the next available person. It's now you will start dealing with the issue. And see how you can deliver them. I don't know why I'm talking like this, Pastor Elisha, but I know I'm speaking to someone. Can I hear an amen? Then 30% is your personal decision. You see, 20% Satan, 30% you are part of the problem of your life, and you must know you are part of the problem. What is it? Ignorance. You don't know the promises of God. You contribute 30%. You are even more problem to your life than Satan. What you are doing to yourself, Satan cannot try it. Can I tell somebody something? What you are doing to yourself, even Satan cannot try. It does not have power to do it to you. Time to pray, you will refuse to pray. Can Satan stop people from praying? I'm asking you now. The time for you to appear before your God, you refuse. Satan cannot stop any man from praying. To say that Satan stop you from praying, it means that Satan pin your mouth and sew it. Can he do it? If you feel like not praying, that is the very reason why you should pray. Does Satan stop any man from studying the word? When God says study to show yourself approved, study to know. If you don't know, you can't do. As so somebody started, but yet you backed out. It is not God that will cause you to be consistent. It is not God that will cause you to be faithful. Faithfulness is an attitude. You can't stand on one thing and finish up. It is not God. Satan himself cannot stop you from attaining that position. When you start something, you must finish to the end. It's you that is doing. You're blaming you can blame everybody, but you refuse to blame yourself. You refuse to find a point in your life that you need to adjust. The area where Satan can function in you is the areas where you lack light and you lack understanding. Once understanding comes, Satan will disappear from you. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody here? 3 John verse 2, for which above all things that thou might prosper. So God is not the enemy. Satan is the enemy. Proverbs chapter number 4 verse 7. The wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. But in all that getting, get understanding. Through wisdom a house is built, but understanding is established. Through knowledge, the chambers are full with riches. So if you lack something, seek for wisdom. Seek for knowledge. For example, if you have financial problem, seek for financial knowledge. How many books of finances have you read? Seek for finance. Financial knowledge. You're struggling for healing. Seek for wisdom for divine healing. Seek for wisdom for divine health. You're doing business and it's failing. Seek for business knowledge. Don't assume things will wake up and start working. It's the areas where you are failing is an indication of the areas where you lack knowledge. Knowledge is the problem. Go and get knowledge. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. Stop pursuing Satan. It's not the problem. Am I talking to you? Then a wise man will do what? A wise man will leave inheritance for his children and his children's children. A foolish man will also leave inheritance. Am I talking to you now? Everybody is leaving inheritance. There are some that leave problem, court case for their children. So there are people who inherit property. There are people who inherit problem. Find out what you inherited and start paying. Are you hearing what I'm trying to say? Of course, Jesus have paid for it. That's where you now bring in Jesus. He says, you see, God, what I inherited from my dad is too much. I cannot pay. The blood pays for me. Can I hear an amen? That's why you can't keep quiet. Where you know you inherited a whole lot of things, you cannot come and be charging for God. Do it. Otherwise, you are not God. That's not how to pray. You humble yourself. You can't say, God, do it. If you don't do it, you are no longer God. He is God yesterday, He is God today, and He'll be God forever. Have you been blessed today? Clap your hands. Rise up on your feet. Rise up on your feet.